This is part 2 of my ascension story. Thank you for returning or joining if it's your first time. I'm going to start my story out where I started my ascension process is when the full moon entered my sun sign. I started practicing celibacy and my world started changing around me. First within, then around me outside. First within, I took the Course in Miracles and I slammed it. I did it in 4 days because this part of my brain just wanted me to hear it. So I crammed that down in 4 days, listened to the whole thing, and then started doubling back and listening again. But in that process, I took one of their workbook assignments. And that was all it took. I was completely lost my ego completely, and I was kind of bewildered in a state of happiness and peace that I never had before, because for the first time in my life, I was able to meditate without a single thought at all, and I could do it for hours. It was the most amazing experience, and I can still do that because I went through this ego death process. And during this month, I started fasting from food, and along with practicing celibacy. And by the end of the month, I had an experience where I almost relapsed on my celibacy, but I wasn't watching porn. I had a fantasy, and I quit just before orgasming. And when I did, I rolled over onto my back, and I was like, "Whew, that was close." And just then, a big black circle appeared in my room, and it was like amazing looking. And I could tell it was swirling, spinning around, because it had blue and white streaks that were like right on the edges. And it was just circling really fast, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I was watching this thing, and then I could feel my genitals. It was starting to tug on my genitals. This black shadow. And then I remembered what I read about a succubus, and I'm like, oh shit, that's what this is. And even though it looked really cool and I was enjoying the experience, I was like, I do not want to do this. I felt scared, and I called on the Holy Spirit, and as soon as I did, it dissipated into the wall and disintegrated, and never seen any of the shadows like that ever since. So me and the Holy Spirit have been like this ever since because of this experience. That's why I wanted to share it with anyone out there in case they have this experience. You can always call on the Holy Spirit to protect you. Now I'm going to leave this section, part 2, right here where we're at, and wish you all a wonderful evening. Thank you for listening. Love you.